I'm Agnes, a grandma from the USA. I've got a story to tell that'll make your hair stand on end. It's a story of revenge, of heartache, and of triumph. I lived a simple life in Willow Creek, Iowa, raising my family and tending to my garden. My husband, God rest his soul, was a hardworking man who provided for us. We had our ups and downs, like any couple, but we loved each other dearly. One fateful day, everything changed. My neighbor, Mr. Jenkins, decided to cut down a tree on his property that cast a shadow on his lawn. Problem was, the tree was on my property, and he didn't have the right to cut it down. I tried to reason with him, but he wouldn't listen. So, I did what any self-respecting grandma would do. I took matters into my own hands. I started a petition, gathered signatures from the neighbors, and took Mr. Jenkins to court. It was a long and arduous process, but I was determined to win. But I lost the case. Mr. Jenkins had a fancy lawyer, and I didn't stand a chance. I was devastated, and my family was worried about me. But I refused to give up. That's when I hatched a plan. I started a small gardening business, and I made sure to plant the most beautiful, the most exotic, and the most expensive flowers and trees in my garden. And then I started selling them to Mr. Jenkins's clients at the local nursery. But the best part was yet to come. I discovered that Mr. Jenkins was trying to sell his property to a big developer who wanted to build a shopping mall on our quiet little street. I knew I had to act fast. I organized a neighborhood watch, and we started documenting every single infraction Mr. Jenkins made. We took pictures of his overgrown lawn, his trash cans left on the curb, and his noisy parties. And then, we presented our findings to the city council. The developer backed out, and Mr. Jenkins was left with a worthless piece of property. Ha! Take that, Mr. Jenkins. I didn't stop there. Oh no. I took my revenge to the next level. I started a blog where I documented every single aspect of my life, including my feud with Mr. Jenkins, and I made sure to mention him by name. I know it sounds petty, but it was worth it. I became a local celebrity, and people would come from all over to hear my story. And Mr. Jenkins? He became a laughingstock. But the best part was when I got invited to speak at a conference in Las Vegas. I mean, who wouldn't want to hear the story of the grandma who took down her neighbor? I was on top of the world. And that, folks, is the story of how I got my revenge. It wasn't easy, and it wasn't always pretty, but it was worth it. Because in the end, justice was served, and I got to live the rest of my life with my head held high.